Shalom, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to my teachers, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and all the men on down, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakathum to the hopefully elect. This is gonna be a quick breeze video. I'm gonna I'll get into a few precepts, but I came across this article. It's from askaprepper.com, and if you want to really get into this article, just look at the title here, or look up the title here. It says 72 types of Americans that are considered potential terrorists in official government documents. And which in reality, all right, pretty much all Americans are considered, for the most part, terrorists, all right, but or not terrorists, but like an enemy to the state, pretty much, especially now, being that, individuals, a lot of people are waking up by the masses to Esau. The scriptures say that man of sin being revealed, right, via the prophets, which they're going to be deemed the number one terrorist, the enemy to the state, number one, public enemy number one, all right, the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, and pretty much when you go into this article, it'll pretty much, well, I'll just read it, because again, it goes into 72 types of Americans that are considered potential terrorists, and I'm not going to read all 72, but I'll breeze through some of them, and like I said, I'll get through some precepts. So let me read this. It says, are you a conservative, a libertarian, a Christian, or a gun owner? Are you opposed to abortion, globalism, communism, illegal immigration, the United Nations, or the New World Order? So you see that right there. The ultimately, the anyone that's against the New World Order, all right. Which again, they the prophets, they pretty much everything that this world represents and promotes, it goes against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So, and again, the prophets, all right, they pretty much speak against all these things, all right, because, we represent righteousness, and Esau, Edom, they represent wickedness. It's just that point blank simple, which is why they're gonna, deem the Hebrew Israelites public enemy number one. All right, bringing down the strongholds of Esau, Edom. All right, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right. It says, do you believe in conspiracy theories? Do you believe that we are living in the end times? If you answered yes to any of those questions, you are a potential terrorist, according to official U.S. government documents. So you see that, all right? It says at one time the term terrorist was used very narrowly. The official definition of terrorism is the use or threat of force with the intention of achieving a political goal. All right. And I'm gonna read that again. It says the official definition of terrorism is the use or threat of force with the intention of achieving a political goal. Now, if you look at if you watch Great Millstone, all right, because, I believe, the men of Great Millstone, they do have the 100% truth, all right? And with that being said, do you see any videos where, you have any members of Great Millstone, any camps, packing any type of heat, carrying any type of firearms, right? And because Esau, Edom, they watch the prophets, and they know, because they know that that the men of Great Millstone, they don't that's not how they roll. And again, Esau, they know this. So this is why they set up certain groups, and a lot of these Israelite camps, they're bought and paid off. All right. And again, this is why they got to set up puppets to demonize the Hebrew Israelites, because the real prophets, all right, like I said, that's not how we roll, because we know and understand our fight is spiritual. All right, we don't need to take up arms and get violent or do any of that, because teaching the word that in itself is powerful enough. All right. So again, there's no need to buy up arms and do all these carnal things, because that's not how the men of the Lord, that's not how they roll. But nevertheless, this is what's considered terrorism. All right, and again, all these other groups that are like the NFAC, all right, Grandmaster Jay, how they're walking around pretty much inciting violence, right? They walk around with fringes on and marching with firearms and all this. They're going to leak that to the Israelites. Like I've been saying recently, all right, all this propaganda to big up society into they're pushing all this propaganda into the society, right? So they can link, because again, pretty much they're gonna the cause of all of these problems is going to be because of the Hebrew Israelites. This is what Esau Edom is trying to do at the end of the day, right? It says, and ultimately our quote unquote political goal, all right, is Esau Edom being taken out of power, all right, and righteousness being established on the earth. All right, that's our end game. That's what we seek. That's what we want. All right, but again, we don't need physical guns, swords. We don't need all that. Teaching the word in itself is powerful enough. All right. It says that makes it pretty clear what sort of people are covered, and for decades it worked well. The government applied the label terrorist to people like Osama bin Laden and other Islamic jihadists, which that whole thing, all right, Islamic jihadists and just Islam in general. Again, that's just one of the many avenues that they're going to use to link to the Hebrew Israelites. All right. It says, but the Obama administration removed all references to Islam from terror training materials, and instead the term terrorist was applied to large groups of American citizens. So you see, it says, and if you are a terrorist, that means that you have no rights, and the government can treat you just like it treats the terrorists that were being held at Guantanamo Bay. And I suggest you look into that, see what that was about. It says, so you belong to a group of people that is now being referred to as a potential terrorist. Please don't take it as a joke. The first step to persecuting any group of people is to demonize them. So yeah, like I said, all right, Esau's propaganda and his narrative that he's pushing out there, all right, is building up his case to demonize the Hebrew Israelites, all right. And eventually, all right, people are going to start turning their eye on the Hebrew Israelites, because the Israelites, man, that's the talk of the town right now. Majority of the people, they're talking about the Hebrew Israelites, all right. But eventually, all right, people are going to turn on the Israelites. They're going to turn on the men of the Lord. They're going to be seeking their lives, and there's going to be bounties out. They're going to send certain of these militia groups. They're going to be coming after the men of the Lord, and threats and all that whole ordeal. All right. Where was I at? It says below is a list of 72 types of Americans that are considered to be extremist and potential terrorists in official U.S. government documents. To see the original source document for each point, just click on the link. As you can see, the list covers most of the country. And again, I'm not going to read all 72, but I'll get through some of them. And in case you didn't know, what's it called? This sovereign, sovereign. Oh man, what is it called? Sovereign poverty list, or what I forgot what it's called, but pretty much, they have all these, where they label all these extremist groups, right? Like the KKK, where they got the quote unquote black Hebrew Israelites on that list. All right, we're pretty much considered, terrorists, but not on the level to where people are going to be coming after our heads. All right, which again, this is Esau Edom. He's building up his propaganda and to, trying to convince the people that these black, quote unquote, Hebrew Israelites, all right, they're the root of all these problems that have been going on in America. All right, this is what Esau Edom is trying to do. This is the narrative that he's trying to push. All right, so just get through some of these, and I got a few precepts lined up. So just jumping down randomly. Look at this. Number 3, it says those that want to quote to make the world a better place. So if you want to make the world a better place, you're going to be considered a terrorist. Now, what kind of sense does that make? All right, because Esau Edom, all right, they only prosper when pretty much everything is done. If everything is just basically just contrary to Yahweh Shem Shai, just contrary to righteousness. That's how they prosper. So this is why they got to keep the world in gross darkness. All right, Isaiah 60. All right, they need to keep the world in the state of and even more so the Israelites, they need to keep them in a state of sin and a state of ignorance. All right, because what do the Israelites want? We want righteousness. We've been in this oppression long enough. We suffered long enough and lived in this misery long enough, all right, to the point where even though the earth and all the animals and creation itself, right, we get that in Romans. Oh man, these allergies. Romans 8. And Romans 8:19, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High, the sons of the power, right? Yashar Allah. All right. It says, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. All right, verse 22, it says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. So, like I said, the earth itself and all the creation therein, all right, even the other nations they're tired, all right, because the precepts go into how when the Israelites are set back up in power, all right, righteousness is established on the earth. Even the nations, they're gonna be at peace. They're gonna be straight, of course, as they catch their 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. But after that, they're gonna be good. Even the nations. But nevertheless, the earth right now, man, is sick, and it has this cancer aka Esau Edom, all right, which needs to be removed. And, that's the only way the earth is going to be healed is, when these devils are taken out of power. But nevertheless, according to Esau Edom, if you think this way, if you believe in healing the earth, all right, you're considered a terrorist. Now, what kind of sense does that make? This is why these devils got to be taken out of power, man. Going back, I'm just going through a few more. Let's just go through some of these. Number 9, it says those that take action to fight against the exploitation of the environment and or animals. Then you got anti-gay. All right, so if you don't believe in homosexuality, you're going to be considered a terrorist. All right. Number 14, it says opposition to equal rights for gays and lesbians. So you see again, if you don't believe that, if you don't believe that gays and homosexuals should have the same rights, as straight people, you're going to be considered, or you are considered, a terrorist. All right, because again, what are the Israelites? What do we believe in? What does the word say? What does the law say about a homosexual? All right, you're supposed to put them to death. All right, that's an abomination to Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Something that he can't stand. All right, it's filthy and it's disgusting. All right, but might get flagged just for saying that, but nevertheless, if you feel that way, you're gonna be considered, or you are considered, a terrorist. All right. 17, it says those that believe that Mexico, Canada, and the United States are secretly planning to merge into a European Union-like entity that will be known as the North American Union. All right. This is number 22. It says anyone that is opposed to the New World Order. So you see, that in itself. All right. Anyone that's opposed to the New World Order, right? Which if you look this up and research, how they got the red list, the blue list, right? The black list, I believe, and the yellow list, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and best believe, all right, each and every one of us, we're on one of those lists. All right, and even more so, some of us are going to be Slovakia, because some of those lists, all right, or one of those lists, all right, it's immediate termination, all right, executed on the spot. All right, and best believe some of the men of the Lord, all right, they're on that list, right? Certain men, all right, they're going to be taken hauled off to these concentration camps and, re-education camps, all right? Those that oppose this New World Order, right? But again, if you oppose the New World Order, you're considered a terrorist. 23 says anyone that is engaged in conspiracy theorizing. So if you conspire in any type of, you pretty much you believe in any type of conspiracy theory, quote unquote, all right, you're considered a terrorist. All right. UFOs, right? You talk about UFOs, you could be considered a terrorist. Right? just, you know, you could just see the nonsense in this. Look at this one. 24 says anyone that is opposed to Agenda 21. Anyone 25. Anyone that is concerned about FEMA camps. So you see that? Anyone that is concerned about FEMA camps, you're considered a terrorist. Because what's the information that's been coming out concerning these FEMA camps? All right? These re-education centers. Right? Anyone that fears impending gun control or weapons confiscations. So if you're worried about your guns being confiscated, you're considered a terrorist. The militia movement, the sovereign citizen movement, those that don't think they should have to pay taxes. And, you know, that's something, you know, you think, you believe you shouldn't pay taxes, you consider the terrorist. When that's something in itself is that's part of Isaiah 10, where it says Isaiah 10:1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right. And again, you know, that whole, you know, paying taxes, all right, that's an unrighteous decree. All right. If you make $700 every 2 weeks, you're supposed to get $700. All right. You know, but Esau, man, you know, they just got to set up, man, you know, out here living check to check, right? When you read verse 2, it says, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. So, you know, pretty much, you know, these devils, man, they're out here robbing the children of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. All right. And part of that has to do with, you know, these taxes and, you know, all these unrighteous decrees. But yet, if you think this way, you're considered a terrorist. You know? It's just madness, man. 31, it says, anyone that believes in government conspiracies to the point of paranoia, anyone that is frustrated with mainstream ideologies, anyone that visits extremist websites and blogs, anyone that establishes blogs, anyone that establishes blog to display extremist views, anyone that attends rallies for extremist causes, anyone that exhibits extreme religious intolerance, anyone that is personally connected with a grievance, anyone that suddenly acquires weapons, which that's been going on, you know, this year, all right, this whole pandemic, you know, because, you know, it's out there now, you know, pretty much how all hell is going to break loose, especially now with the elections, all right, you know, and all the mayhem that's going on dealing with the elections, right, you know, because it's expected and people are predicting all hell to break loose during that time, right? You know, and people are, you know, again, throughout the year, they've been purchasing arms, you know. So, you know, if you've been purchasing firearms, you're considered a terrorist. Again, you got these groups, all right, like NFAC, all right, they're marching with fringes on, which that's something, you know, that's an Israelite culture. So, you know, again, that's just another way, you know, Esau is going to demonize and label the Israelites terrorists. All right, because best believe, all right, you know, you're going to start having live shootouts out here in these streets, all right, civil race wars and you know, just all civil unrest, just all mayhem and chaos. All right. Let's go through a few more of these. 43, it says, those that refer to an army of God. I don't even know what that means. Anyone that refers to an army of God considered a terrorist. Wow. 45, those that are anti-global, those that are suspicious of centralized federal authority. 48, those that believe in conspiracy theories, which, dealing with conspiracy theories are, for the most part, it's not a conspiracy theory, all right? It's dealing with prophecy for the most part, because, some things are just, completely off, but for the most part, all right, we speak prophecy. All right, we talk about prophecies, these prophecies, all right, which they're not conspiracy theories. All right. Just go through a few more of these. 50 says those that possess a belief in the need to be prepared for an attack, either by participating in paramilitary preparations and training or survivalism. So pretty much, like, because like I said, people are expecting all hell to break loose during these elections. People are preparing, getting ready, prepping for, corona, second wave and third waves of this coronavirus, right? People are prepping for an EMT attack. That's been in the news lately, the talk lately. But if you believe they need to prepare for these things, you consider the terrorist. Um, 55 says anyone that is anti-abortion. So if you believe if you're anti-abortion, you're considered a terrorist. What do the Israelites believe in? All right, we believe that's murder. All right, 100% we're anti-abortion. Um, 61 says those that believe in the right to bear arms. So if you believe in, protecting yourself, or buying guns rather, if you believe, what is that, the Second Amendment? All right, you're considered a terrorist. About 62 says anyone that is engaged in ammunition stockpiling. And again, what's been going on throughout this year? People buying up guns and guns and ammo. Anyone that exhibits fear of communist regimes. 64, anti-abortion activities. All right, the men of the Lord, they speak against Planned Parenthood because those are specifically set up for Jake. But if you think that way, you're considered a terrorist. Uh, 66 says those that talk about the New World Order in a derogatory manner. And what? Let me get this in because we talk about the New World Order, right? And what's going to be the result of it? It's going to come to nothing.
4, 5, 9, 10, 6.
Job 5 and start of 12, it says he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And again, more so, all right, when they start chipping people, all right, that's a part of the New World Order, which we speak against. All right, not taking that chip, right? It says he taketh their wives in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. We jump on down. Actually, I was looking for where's that at? Just look this up real quick. Job 20 and 23. Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Because they're going to get damn close to this New World Order. They're going to get very close. But Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to throw monkey wrenches into their plans. And that's not a conspiracy theory. That's a fact. But being that we speak these things, which is prophecy, all right, you're considered a terrorist. So I'm gonna read that again, because it says those that talk about the New World Order in a derogatory manner, because also the scriptures talk about how the Lord has these devils in a derision. These elites, they're delusional. They really think that they can fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels. They think they're going to rule forever. So you could say that's talking against the New World Order in a derogatory manner. You know, because they got these plans. They have these councils, these secret meetings and whatnot. They do it in secrecy, and they really think that the angels are not right there recording everything and watching everything, reporting everything. These devils really don't believe in that. This is why, like I said, the scriptures talk about how the Lord is laughing at these people. He's mocking them. The Lord has these people in the trick bag, man, and they have no idea. 67, it says, those that have a negative view of the United Nations. And why wouldn't you? You know, those troops, man, they're known for raping and robbing and doing all sorts of madness. But if you have a negative view about them, you're considered a terrorist. 68, those that are opposed to the collection of federal income taxes, right, which is, again, is part of the unrighteous decrees. Look at this. It says those that supported former presidential candidates Ron Paul, Chuck Baldwin, and Bob Barr. This is a joke, man. Look at this. 71, it says those that believe in end times prophecies. So if you believe in end time prophecies, you're considered a terrorist. All right. And man, very soon it's going to be a high crime, punishable by death, to speak the truth, any form of truth. This is why there's a attack on the truth right now, right? Because all this information is out there, and Esau, they send their low level puppets to pretty much cover their tracks, right? Like with the whole FEMA camps, or quote unquote quarantine centers, right? People asking these guys these questions dealing with these quarantine centers, and they got to reassure, they're not FEMA camps, all right? It's not mandatory, right? Certain questions they avoid. But yet, Pretty much anyone with a common sense and a brain is considered a terrorist. And like I said, very soon, speaking prophecy, speaking any form of truth is going to be a high crime, punishable by death. All right, those draconian measures. All right. Because best believe the Israelites, they believe in the end time prophecies. They believe in the end times. We're in the end times. Clearly, Matthew 24, Luke 21, 2 Ezra 15 and 16. We are clearly in the end times. And even people that aren't in the truth, they know and understand that we're living in the end times. But the difference between us and those that don't know the truth, because those that don't know the truth, they believe that there's this after pretty much all hell breaks loose. They think they're just going to be living here, and it's just going to be a post-apocalyptic world for whatever, for forever or whatever. But no. All right. Part of the prophecy that we speak, all right, is that righteousness is going to be established on the earth. Wickedness is going to be taken out. Righteousness is going to be established on this earth. All right. The Lord is setting up a kingdom. The Israelites, they're about to rule again. Like I read in Romans 8. Right? All creation, they can't wait for the Israelites to come back into power. They can't wait. Even the nations, they're waiting. Because when the wicked are in rulership, this earth, man, it's in mourning. It's there's a cancer that needs to be plucked up, taken out of the way, aka Esau Edom. So, it says the groups of people in the list above are considered problems that need to be dealt with. And like I said, because when Esau slowly but surely, all right, they're gonna start besieging these cities more and more until this place bursts, man. Until the pipes bust. Because again, Esau, man, they're tightening the screws on the society, and they're doing that deliberately. Because people, man, they're getting fed up. They're getting tired. You got all these riots and protests, right? And like I said, Esau, he's pushing his propaganda. All right, he's putting fear into the people. He's basically his witchcraft. All right, he's casting these spells. And, these people, man, they're falling right into the trap. And this is why, they're going to give all the excuse for Esau to come down with the martial law and the troops. All right. The great insurrection, man, is being prepared. And again, very soon, the number one enemy is going to be the Israelites, beginning with the prophets. It says in some of the documents referenced above, members of the military are specifically warned not to have anything to do with such groups. We are moving into a dangerous time in American history. Daniel 12:1. Let me get that when I finish. It says you can now be considered a potential terrorist just because of your religious or political views. Free speech is becoming a thing of the past, and we are rapidly becoming an Orwellian society that is the exact opposite of what our founding fathers intended. And those damn rights, man. People walking around like they still have rights, man. That stuff is about to be thrown out the window very soon. All right, but let me get that before I forget. Daniel's 12 and 12:1. These are the times that we're coming into. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that is found, everyone that shall be found written in the book. All right, so we're heading into some truly serious and dangerous times, perilous times we're coming into, without a shadow of a doubt. But if you think this way, you're considered a terrorist. If you're trying to prep, you're considered a terrorist. If you speak against anything that Esau Edom, his propaganda that he pushes out, his witchcraft, all right, you're considered a terrorist. All right. The scriptures talk about, I believe it's in Numbers, how pretty much, casting spells, when these people, when they cast spells on the children of Israel, it's not going to affect them. If you have that hedge of protection from Yahweh Shem Shai, all right? Because again, not being ignorant of Satan's devices, we see through these things, man. We see clearly through these things, and that's what they're afraid of. And this is why they're going to move very soon. This is why they're about to move against the men of the Lord. All right. And again, this is not a conspiracy. This is prophecy. But they pretty much want you to shut up. All right. And, we're not going to do that. So we get a few precepts I got lined up. Isaiah 13:1 or Isaiah 13:2. Lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. So again, because we proclaim these words boldly, all right? We teach to Israel and we teach to the nations. And again, part of that message is this kingdom is going down, all right? Precepts going to how the Lord is going to violently take this place. He's going to take this place out violently. All right, because these devils, man, they're not going to go down without a fight. They're going to lose miserably, but they're not going to go down without a fight. They're going to go out swinging. This place is going out violently. But again, if you speak against that, if you say these things, you're considered a terrorist. And you know what? So be it. Nevertheless, we're going to lift that banner up. We're going to lift that standard up. All right, we're gonna cry aloud to the noblemen. All right, and we're gonna say these things boldly. So I'm gonna go to next precept, Isaiah 58:1. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins." All right. So you see, again, we're going to proclaim these things boldly. All right. We're going to continue to tell Jake to repent, to wake up. And we're going to continue to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. All right. Could care less what these devils do, what they bring, how much they demonize us. Give a damn. Because we know, and we're encouraging it, the powers on the left hand, all right, to be not exalted, but lifted up. Let them move on the left hand so that the power on the right hand can be exalted. All right. Second Peter 1:19, it says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in the dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. So you see, because right now we're in the time of darkness. We're in the time of the night. All right. But again, that pretty much that light is being shunned. All right. We're all, like we're kind of like at the crack of dawn, right? And again, Esau, they see these things, and again, like I said, this is why they're terrified, because they're losing their kingdom, and best believe they're going to do everything in their power to keep this kingdom, to stay in this kingdom. But that's just not how that's not how it was written. It's not how it's going to play out, without a shadow of a doubt. All right. And that's prophecy. It's not a conspiracy theory. That's prophecy. That's going to come to pass very soon. All right. So again, we're shining that light in a dark place, and a lot of people are starting to wake up. That veil, pursuing the Isaiah the 25th chapter, is being lifted. The covering cast over all the people is being lifted. It's being uncovered. The skirts are being revealed. All right, nakedness is being shown. Esau, Edom is being exposed. And this is why they're coming with that great wrath, that insurrection, which I'm going to get that after I get this. Revelations 22:10, it says, "And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand." So this is not the time to be quiet. This is not the time to shut up. This is the time to be on fire for Yahweh Shemel Shai. Speak and proclaim these things. All right, because like I said, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, all right, this word, man, is bringing down the strongholds of these devil. I say, if you're not really in tune, you don't really understand the power of speaking these words and speaking these prophecies. I see, you might not really understand the power that comes with speaking these things, man. There's power that comes with prophesying the prophecies of this book. There's great power. And again, this is why they're going to do everything in their power to shut the men of the Lord up, and come against the saints. All right. And like I said, we don't need guns to do so. Speaking this word is powerful enough. It's power in itself. Speaking this word, this truth. That's why it's important, man, and to be teaching this thing, man. Getting this word out there. 2nd Ezra 16. Verse 70, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai." So again, because they're going to be in the process, millions and hundreds of millions of people are going to be killed in the process or slaughtered in the process. But all that's going to be done to wipe out the prophets, to kill off the prophets. All right. That burning wrath of a great multitude, as it's spoken about in the 68th verse. All right. This is what Esau's gearing up for. This is what he's getting ready to do. So this is why, it's important now more than ever, like I said, to be speaking this word out, man, and getting this word out there, prophesying the downfall of this place. The hell with what Esau and his military power and his guns and his sword, the hell with all that. Speak this word, man. Because best believe these devils, they're watching, they're cut to heart. All right, they're feeling it. They're feeling that heat, man. So this, like I said, this is not the time to ease up. This is not the time to be lukewarm. All right. You better check yourself, man, because this thing, man, it's about to be full on, man. It's about to be all out war, man. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and end it off there. Giving all credit to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And all the men on down respectfully. Yahweh Shemel Shai. Barakathum to the hopeful elect. Whomever they may be, wherever they're scattered, man. Stay strong in this faith, man. We're almost out of here, man. The crack of dawn. So, with that, say shalom and abad babal.